Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make a Discord server with fully customizable roles, permissions, bots, everything. Basically everything in span of 30 minutes. So we're going to go here to create a server. This is the only way to create a server. We're going to come create server and we're going to name our server. So Limeforce official server. So you can also add an icon here, or you can find it online too. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You'll find an icon. It's not that hard. So when you create a Discord channel in Discord server in Discord using the plus button, it creates two categories: text channels, voice channels, and then it has a general voice channel in the voice channels, and then a general text channel in the text channels. We're gonna delete that because we're gonna do everything from scratch. So no text channels, everything is blank. So we're gonna start with the categories. So we're gonna start with a welcome. I kicked my chair. Welcome, main, probably main.
2 hours later.
This is all you basically need. For welcome, we're gonna do a welcome channel because we want to welcome everybody. Rules, because you want people to read rules. And lastly, we want announcements. You can add more. Actually, no, it's not last. You can add more in the future. We're also going to do a verification. So verification is really important. If I can spell it right, verification. There. Because you don't. So what people can do is they have these bots, which are not actually bots because they don't communicate with the API, but they're basically essentially robots that Discord does not want, and they can spam your server with pings, and it's going to be annoying, and you're going to have to delete some channels. You cannot purge everything, even with bots, even with official bots, So verification, and then lastly we can do verification help. So if someone is stuck in verification, and they can't verify for some reason, they can consult to you or whatever mod is ready to help them for help. So we're going to come here and we're going to do a slow mode because you don't want people to spam that channel, because it's the only channel a new member will be able to talk in. So we want to do a minute slow mode. Message this channel if you need help with verification. There we go. Period. Don't forget periods. You don't want to enable not safe for work because unless you're making a not safe for work channel for some reason, you don't need to worry about that. Permissions we'll get to on later. How to set up permissions. So first of all, you don't want people to read messages. That's all you. No, not for this actually. Because this is, you want people to read messages and set messages here. Everyone to do that. Alright. Invites, that doesn't matter, and webhooks we'll do later. Alright, verification and all of these are going to be open channels, except people should not be able to read in them. To send messages in them, except verification. So we're going to do edit category, and we're going to have to set up roles actually. So I'm just going to create the rest of the channels. I'm getting ahead of myself. So general, off topic, video discussion, I guess, because this is my server about this channel. Video discussion. Video dis. Oh, I need two S's. Discussion. No? This. Why am I? Oh, no, here. Discussion. And then one S here. Yeah. I don't know, that was a brain freeze. I swear, I can spell discussion. Alright, then I guess video suggestions for me. So video suggestions, and then I guess we'll do the last channel, which will be voice channels. So voice 1. You can do a separate voice category. That's up to you. I already showed you how to create categories. This is really easy. So you can customize it however you want with emojis and stuff. I would actually recommend, this is the only thing I would say to do on mobile, is to do all the emojis and custom, like, yeah, all the emojis of these channel names and category names in mobile, because it's on Windows, it's just a pain. Preferably use an Android device or an iOS device. And then I'll do private, and that's it. Alright, fun, do games, bot commands. That's basically to keep the spam of the bots somewhere. We can do fast pace, which is basically where people, it's spam, I don't want to say spammy, but spam friendly. So people can talk about things like fool around, basically. Feeds, since I have a YouTube channel currently, what you're seeing this on, I'll do YouTube. That's all I need so far. I don't have a Twitter for this channel. I have my personal Twitter, but I don't want to link that. And then moderation panel. Now, moderation panel is something you don't want other people to see or to send messages. I don't know why you would even need them to see it. But basically, so we're gonna do admin panel, and then a mod panel for the mods, because mods and admins are not the same, and you shouldn't give administrator to mods because they're there to enforce rules, not other things. And then you're gonna do mod applications. Now hold on to your mod applications until your server is like over 80 members, because what you have to keep in mind is that it doesn't matter how many members you have. It matters how many active members you have. If you have 50, 60 active members, that's a lot of active members. And you probably need 3 or 4 mods, or like 3 or 2 mods that are active and they're considering and they're managing people, because 60 people talking at the same time, that's rule breaking right there, 101. Alright, next we're going to create the roles. Server settings. Actually, let's go to overview. I forgot about an AFK channel, as I always do. I actually recorded this. This is my second recording, because my first recording, OBS, had an old version of the OBS, hadn't updated in years, and it crashed, and it recorded 2 minutes of a 30-minute clip, and you know, I got mad. Anyway, AFK. We want to do 15-minute. That's, I believe, is the best. 5 minutes is also good. System messages, we want to do welcome, and I don't know why anyone would do message when someone boosts the server, but I guess I don't know. I guess some people want it, and this is really important. Check this to be only at mentions. This is when somebody joins. This is the default notification settings. So when somebody joins, and you have 2 people having a convo, you don't want that new person to get notifications because of those 2 people's convo in general, let's say. So you only want them to get a notification when they're pinged, because that means you need them to read that thing, and the bot can ping it too. Anyway, roles and everyone. So everyone, all you have to do for verification to make sure it works is read and send messages. That's all you have to disable. Next, we're going to create a new member role. So this is, new members are going to get this every time they join. And this is just a way to differentiate people from new members from verified people. We can do, I don't know what to do for this. Let's just do purple. You don't need to display roles separately from online members. You don't need, actually, nah, we really don't need this. I was saying you can allow this, so let's say there's like a certain number of new members who haven't verified yet. You could mention them, and they could ping them and say, hey, go verify, right? Anyway, you want them to read messages, send messages. Actually, you don't. That was a mistake. You don't want any of them to do anything. You want verified to be able to do that. So you're going to create a new role. You're going to call it verified. And verified is when they react to a message made by Carlbot, which is the bot I'll be using, because Carlbot is like one of the best bots, and he also has a dashboard, which is great. So you want them to be able to read text channels, send messages. Oh yeah, connect to voice to speak. You don't want them to have video. Everyone, you also want to disable connect speak. Just connect, it'll do everything. And you also want to keep note of the hierarchy. So hierarchy is basically the order of the roles. So Discord, it reads the highest role you have, and this is important especially for verified and like muted roles. So when you mute someone, you don't want them to have a role that's higher in the hierarchy than the muted role, because what that'll mean is that the mute role won't work, because Discord is reading their highest role and not the muted role. The muted role should always be below the moderator role. Alright, so next we're going to create the moderator role, and this is for people who enforce the rules. That's all they have to do. So you can display them from online members, and you can also allow them to mention people. People need to mention this role. That's because sometimes people, when they break rules, mods need to be mentioned. They don't need an administrator. Some people will enable this, but honestly, all they need to do is view audit log, not manage roles, not manage channels. Actually, you might actually need that. Kick members, ban members, manage nicknames, manage emojis. Oh yeah, I'll have to change nickname for new member verified later. Anyway, webhooks they don't need to mess with. Obviously, they need to see, they need to send. They can manage messages, so they can delete messages. Oh yeah, and I need to, work on this one too. Add reactions. Oh yeah, and this for voice mute, deafen, move. So if there's this one annoying kid, and then priority speaker. Alright, and I have to change some of these roles so for example, new member should not be able to do this. Not that they could even send messages, but whatever. Verified should also not be able to ping everyone, because that's really annoying. Okay. Moderator, and then admin, and then we're going to create a bot role, which is just for the color and for organization. Bots, actually, when you invite a bot to your server, what happens is that bot creates its own role with its own permissions, and you need to make sure whenever you invite a new bot that you put that new role underneath moderator. Alright, so display them from online members, administrator, that's all you need to really change. They can do everything if they have the administrator role, except the server. Only the owner can do that. So yep, and then bots is our last one. So bots will allow us to organize bots, so not orange. We'll put bots right here. We'll allow separately, and you don't need to grant any permissions, to be honest. This is just there for, organization. Anyway, with the roles done, now we want to make things private. So not only do we want people not to be able to send messages in the welcome channels, because the only thing new members and everyone needs to do is to read them, and then verification help will change because they need to actually send messages there if they need help. Right, so edit category, and categories, this is why you should use categories always, because it's just so much easier to do, because you do like 5 category permissions instead of doing every channel. So everyone, they should be able to read the text channels and see voice channels. They should not be able to see voice channels, and we'll change that for verification help. They shouldn't be able to, you don't really need to do that once you've disabled this. They need to react, however, because you need that for verification. And we'll basically do the same thing for new member. Honestly, you don't even need new member. It's just there for organization, so you see who's a new member and who's not. But if you don't want to do it, don't do it. Anyway, new member. What else do we need? Verified and can't read, and everyone else doesn't matter. Oh, whoa, they can. And they also can. They just can't send messages. Whoops, my brain was going off. Alright, so, and then, to be honest, moderators don't need to do this either. They can read it, but they cannot send messages. Alright. Yeah, this is all you need. Admins will always be able to see and send messages here. Alright, but since now every channel here synced with the welcome category permissions, but now we need to change verification help because we obviously want people to, oh yeah, we have to sync, right? We all obviously want people to be able to send messages. So send messages, new member, send messages, new member. Alright, verified does not need to even see this. So read messages, they don't even need to see this channel because they already verified. Alright, yeah, they don't need to do this. And moderators, they always need to read messages. And they also need to send messages because if someone needs help, moderators can help them. Alright. And then we're going to do verification because if you go to permissions, everyone, this all should stay the same except verified should now not be able to read message because they already verified. They don't need to read this anymore. Anyway, that's done. So when you join the server, you see all these channels. You'll go to you'll read the rules. You don't need announcements. You'll get welcomed because we set the welcome message here, and then we'll do a welcome message using Carlbot. And once they verified or they couldn't verify, they asked for help and they got it. They'll get the verification rule, and that will mean these two channels will disappear. All right. So we're gonna do admin, and you want as least as less the less roles the better, because that way, let's say something goes wrong, you can fix glitches easier. So main, this is really easy. So you go to permissions, they can't see that. New member, they can't see that either. That's all you need to change. And then verified, they can not only see it, but they can send messages. They cannot send TTS messages because that's going to be annoying when you're having 5 people having a convo. Someone thinks they're smart and wants to send TTS messages. No, we don't need that. And then moderators, remember admins can see everything all the time. Yeah, we want moderators to be able to manage everything, embed links, etc, etc. You can well, yeah, and this is really important. Turn it off, turn it off, turn it off. Yeah, you don't need that at all. Alright, now we're basically done. Admins can see everything, so it doesn't really matter for admins. Everything should be synced and everything should have a lock. That means only verified and moderator can see this. So yeah, that's. And feeds, you don't need to lock feeds. All you have to do with feeds is make sure people don't text in feeds, because why would you need to text in feeds? So everyone will be able to read it, but they won't be able to send messages in it, and that's all you need to do. As far as I know, you don't have to add if everyone can't send messages or read text. If everyone can't send messages, that means you don't need to do any other roles. Obviously, moderator and admin, I believe, can send messages. No, admin can send messages. Anyway, so yeah, you want people to see feeds because it doesn't matter. They can't send messages there. You know, promotion it is. Alright, so moderation, this is different. You don't want people at all to see this. You don't want people to read this. So verified, nope, you're not reading this. New member, you're not reading this. And the only ones who can read, actually no. We're gonna leave this alone for now. And as you can see, this is locked. Admin panel, mods shouldn't be able to read this. Alright, so permissions, moderator, they cannot read messages. There we go. And admins, they should be able to do everything. You really don't need to. Actually, you can just remove admins. They can do it anyway. so it doesn't matter. Mod panel, admins can see it, doesn't matter. Mod application, you're gonna have to change this, of course, because you want people to apply. Obviously not for now. So verify, they can read messages, they can send messages. There we go. And then you want to put a slow mode of 15 minutes. Actually, yeah, 15 minutes or 10 minutes. And apply for mod. Apply for moderator. Apply for moderator. Alright. I think the last thing we need to do is create logs, and I believe it will sync with the permissions by default. Yes, it did. And we're gonna move this right here. Logs. What else do we need to do? Pretty much done, I believe, in terms of channels. In terms of roles, we're done. So emojis. Emojis really simple. By default, you can do 50 if someone boosts 2 times. There's the server boosting, so 2 times you get these perks. Level 2, 15 times, which is insane. You get these perks, 30, etc. But basically for emotes you can only do 50 if you're not boosted. You can add GIF emotes, but if you don't have Nitro you can't use them. It doesn't matter if you're admin or not. They must be small, so 256 kilobytes or less. Yeah, and then you can name them. I'll show you how to do this later. Widgets you don't need to worry about. Webhooks, I'll show you how to do that with IFTT. To be honest, you can do webhooks. I'll just link a tutorial here how to do webhooks. It's really not that hard. You don't need any programming skills. You just create a webhook, choose your image, so it's custom, and delete this. So the only reason we're using webhooks instead of bots to make the feeds is because we want it to be custom. So we want to have like the Limeforce logo and then Limeforce to be the name instead of Carlbot just saying Limeforce uploaded this. Alright, talking about the bots in the server. So all we have to do is link it to the Limeforce official server, and this is the role I'm talking about. So this is what that role is going to be able to do, and as you can see here, it's used in 500,000 servers, so it's trustworthy. So you want to authorize, I'm not a robot, it's a CAPTCHA. Alright, anyway, and here's your dashboard. Now, what you want to do in Discord is, first of all, you see that welcome system messages that we set up in welcome channel, so that works. You want to go to server settings, roles, and you want to move Carlbot under moderator. This is important so you don't get any hierarchy problems. Alright, now we want to set up Carlbot, and I'll just do examples. I'll set up this off camera because this is way too long for me to show you everything and do it, but I'll just show you what everything does. So this changes the nickname. You can actually do it in Discord too, but what I recommend doing is actually put parentheses and use the prefix. So prefix is what you use to call the bot, so the bot knows you're calling the bot instead of like just messaging people. You want to do that so people know what the prefix is and what to use. And then I'll just do Carl like that. Apply. And here I deleted the question mark prefix. I just left the exclamation point because one prefix is all you need for one bot. Alright, so see, it changed the nickname and it's a verified bot, which also shows its trustworthiness. Next we want to add bot roles. So as you can see, this made it orange, and it also made it bots. So once you add more bots and once you have members, they'll be distinguished, so you don't have bots and members mixed in, and it's just way more organized. Alright, so piggy bank, this is a new thing. Honestly, you don't have to worry about this, just enable it for now. Twitch, you can do webhooks for Twitch too. It's really easy with IFTT. You just make a recipe, but I would actually recommend using a bot for some things and using webhooks for others. Alright, so commands, this is where basically there's the docs, the Carlbot docs, and if you open that link in a new tab, you can read and what each command does, what everything does. Basically, I'll explain it to you right now without it. So this is where you can configure some commands, and there's actually like miscellaneous commands like embeds. Oh, you want to actually disable embeds, and this is because what can happen is a user can write prefix embed blah blah blah, and what it's going to do is they can write embeds in channels, and you don't want to do that because you don't want people trolling. Alright, embed source, this doesn't matter really. You can configure this all yourself. It's self-explanatory, it has a description. All you need to know is ban, warn, mute, that's it. Oh, and you also want to create a mute or a role, but we'll do that later. Alright, so welcome channel is basically where Carlbot will welcome you. So what you want to do is hello, just something simple. You can do hello user, oh, you have to use these, user welcome anyway, but what I'll use is this, and this will basically not only mention the user and the server, it'll show you how many which member it is. So hi user, you are whatever member, so it's better that way, I believe. Yeah, and then we have to do mentions, I believe. I'm not sure, we'll see. Ooh, I'll just put it here, but you can experiment, it's not that hard. Mention, oh whoops, don't do that. Right here, mention, or it's a member, he's gonna say you're hello user ping, you are 50th member, let's say. And then what bots can do, and what I told you to disable for users, is embeds. So what embeds are they're like custom ways for bots to send messages. So they have a name, title, description, a footer icon, and what you can do, I'm not actually going to do a welcome message with the icon URL and stuff, and then rules, not rules, welcome message. We'll do rules with embeds later. Welcome to Limeforce server. I'll make this more in depth later, so you can choose a color. I'm going to do green for Limeforce. Please read the rules, and I'll actually use a hashtag because that's how you ping channels. So people can press on the ping and go to rules automatically. And then footer, I'll do welcome message and save, and then you can do leave message, a ban message, a DM on join. This was basically the same thing. You can do embeds too. I'll do this later. You can do invites to different servers you have. You just get as creative as you can, especially with embeds, because you have infinite possibilities with embeds. This is all just takes a lot of time, so I'm not going to be showing you here because I just want you to know how to do it. Alright, starboard, you don't have to worry about a starboard for now. I'll do that in the second episode. Alright, automod, drama channel, that's a premium feature. Log actions to your mod logs right here. Alright, you can basically, you can delete this first of all. You can blacklist bad words, so it looks for substrings, which means that any way someone spells the bad word, so let's say lime, they could do L-I-M-E with a capital M, and it would still delete the message. You can choose other punishments here, so a temp mute, a kick, a temp ban, a ban. Obviously, you want the slurs to be banned. Send message in channel, send message to offender. You always know that's gonna be annoying because a lot of people can do that. Anyway, you can configure all you want. It's just punishments right here. Delete message, temp mute, kick. Anyway, bad invite, spam, attachment spam, whatever. Moderation. Alright. Mod logs is gonna be just logs. Send reports to, doesn't matter. Ban settings. You can, customize this, so you're banned from server, reason, whatever you're doing, moderators, whatever moderator, ban them. Kick settings, temp ban settings, same thing. It's really simple. Logging, you just want to set a channel for logs. You just want to put everything in logs. It's not going to get messy, don't worry. So logs. Oh god. Sorry for that. So logs. Oh, you don't want to touch that. Logs. Alright, server events, purge messages. You don't really want to do purge messages. Purge is going to be so used once your Discord server becomes big. Auto roles, we're going to do new member, save. Reaction roles is how we're going to do the verify. So post embed, and then we're going to do verification, and we're actually going to make an embed. I'll show you how it works. So add emoji, and good thing about Crawlbot is it actually gives you it's emoji picker, because Windows emoji picker sucks. Select option is going to be what role it gives. So verified, which I spelled incorrectly. I'll change later. It doesn't matter. And and you also want to do a verify one, so nobody can remove their role. And right here, if we go, actually, let's just verify. Change the name because that's gonna annoy me, and I'm probably gonna forget. Verify. There we go. Right here, if we go to verification, here we go. Verify. Please react with the emote to get verified. Verify message. That's the footer. That's the header, and that's the message. And then we'll press this. It automatically removes the reaction role. And as you can see here, we got the verified role. And then also logs. We set up logs, right? So it added the Crawlbot added the role, and then I removed it by myself. Verified. Blah blah blah. Anyway, reaction roles are done. What can you do with reaction roles again? I think there was another instance where you can use reaction roles. Not sure where. To remember, triggers are really fun because let's say someone says Lime Force, right, in the server. I can do subscribe, or I can do an embed. But embeds really for triggers, you don't need to use embeds. It's just pointless. Yeah, basically it's pointless to use embeds right here unless you can. What you can do is in the trigger you can do HTTP, and basically what it will do is whenever somebody gets a link, it'll work. So what we can do is in the embed, like put a warning message that says please be careful, review the link fully prior to clicking on it. Now Discord Mobile has something like that actually, and it will tell you this is spooky link, but you know it's good to do it in your own server in your own way. So let's test out the trigger, Lime Force, subscribe. Yep, we added that. After that, we do embeds. Now, I already showed you how to do embeds, and you can use this to do your rules. Or if you want to do it like this, it's actually easier. So hello, and whoops, hello, oh god, hello, shift rule 1, and then what you can do is highlight rule 1, make it bold, make it italicized, whatever you want. Rule 1, and see it's italicized, it's bold. Anyway, I'm actually going to show you how to do purge. So purge, and then how many messages is that? It's 4. So purge 4, remove the 3 messages, and I'll remove that one, and it also logged in. Suggestion channel. Now I forgot about this actually. You want to use the suggestion channel in your welcome. So suggestions, and Crawlbot's suggestion system is probably one of the best. I would say the only one which rivals Crawlbot's suggestion system is Unbelievable Bot, which is like a games economy. I'll show you how to do that in a later episode. Alright, so enter the name. Oh, I already created it. Alright. Suggestions. I could have done it here, but it's okay. So where's suggestions? Videos, not videos. Actually, let's reload it. You can actually use this for video suggestions too, but for now, if it loads, you know what, let's just do video suggestions because I can't find normal suggestions here. I don't know what happened to it. Select. So select the number of download. Let's do, I don't know, 25. 25 is good. Send DM on decision. Edit instead of reposting. You don't want constant reposts. It's just way easier. Suggestion channels, video decision. You want to do the same decision channel. Restrict suggestions to bot commands. No, you want to restrict the video suggestion itself. So I'll show you how this works. So video suggestions, where is that? Right here. So you do prefix, which is exclamation point, suggest, hello, and here you go. It will say Limeforce, the user that uploaded it, and then suggestion number 1, because it's suggestion number 1, hello, and then people will upvote or downvote. That's all you need to know about Callbot. You can read the docs if you want to, but you know, you don't really have to. And that's all for Callbot. I don't think there's anything else to set up. I mean, we have our verification thing. Where's verification? Oh, verification. So once you verify, you get the verification role. We have a role set up, which will automatically work. Oh, yeah. This was what I was thinking about before. Role picker. So this is the last thing I'm gonna show you in this video because I want to keep it short and logs, of course. Yeah, here. Role picker. So role picker is going to be the same thing as verification. You create a new reaction role. Post an embed role picker. You're gonna basically make all the roles. You're gonna say what they do, why you want them, and what you can do with this is actually with the role picker. Let's say I want to have a food channel for some reason. So food, and then create it. And you can go to the foods. Where's food? Right here. Let's say I want to here. I'll just keep it here. Food. You'll go to the edit channel, and then you'll go to permissions, and then what you'll do is verified. Can't read this, right? This food one. And then you'll add a new role, and then let's say you create a food role, and you press that food role, and now you can read the messages, and that is how you can. I can't speak today. Sorry. And that is how you can like create a role picker, and that role picker it's gonna be the same thing as verification. You can actually have multiple emotes here, not just one, and people will basically be able to pick what channels they want, because you don't want people to be spammed with every single channel. You want them to be as little as possible. Anyway, see you guys. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I'll be making a second episode later, which will show you how to do everything. It's going to be, I think, 40 minutes. It's going to be super in depth. I'm going to show you every bot. I'm going to show you like how to do everything properly, how to set embeds, how to make embeds really cool with icons, with everything. Basically everything I know I'm going to tell you. And then later on I'm going to create a bot series, which is going to be really cool, because I'm going to make the Discord bot. It's going to be custom, and it's going to be 24/7 hosted for free. And it's going to be really cool, and it's going to require some technical skills, but it shouldn't be so bad. So anyway, see you guys. I hope you enjoyed my first Limeforce video. You know, it's my first video. I don't know. Press a like, subscribe, whatever YouTubers say these days. See you.